Welcome to Garage TV. This is your host with the most. And this is a disclaimer. I don't own the rights to this. But hey, I got a popular YouTuber influencer by the name of Anthony O'Neal and having a table talk with this woman named Ellie. She started with a $1,200 stimulus check and became a millionaire. Let's take a listen to this.
Ellie,
Anthony.
you bringing in 7 figures a year.
Yeah.
You've been consistent with that for 2 years. Could you date a brother who work at Walmart?
Now,
Entrepreneur in America today is a black woman. A black woman who may be single, raising 2-3 kids, starting a business, working a full-time job. But she says, hey, I have to step up to the plate so I can provide for my family and live the life that I desire for myself. And since I'm doing it by myself, I'm gonna set up something for my kids so they can have a legacy. Brothers, we gotta step up to the plate and handle our responsibility. But queens, you all are winning. And today's show is dedicated to you. And if you're one of the queens watching this and you're saying, yo, I need some encouragement, lock in. Get locked in, get a pen, get a paper, get your iPad pen, and write down some notes. Because today we have a young lady on the show. Her name is Ellie. I've been following her for about a year. And I've had a lot of people reach out to me and say, yo, you need to get Ellie on the show. You need to get Ellie on the show. And y'all know me. I'm very careful about who I bring to the table. Because number one, we keep it real, relevant, and relatable. And I have to make sure that this person can be real, that the information they share is real, okay? And it's relatable for us, and it inspires you. How can it influence you? How can it impact you so you can go out there and produce some income on how you were influenced and impacted? So I'm extremely grateful to have this queen on the show today because she is a beast. So welcome to the table, Ellie. Give me some love. Girl, you're looking good, girl. I got a little brown on. Brown on brown.
You know.
Okay, then. Ellie said,
Skin popping.
all right.
I'm liking this shirt, though. I think it's good.
It's pink. I like
Nice.
pink. Real men wear pink.
Listen,
Real men wear pink.
I'm feeling it.
Now, you can't see. I got on like some sweats and some blue shoes, but it's all good.
But he's looking good.
Yeah, I'm in my house. So, Ellie, let's get straight into it
Yeah.
because I've been following you for about a year now. And man, your journey has really been something. All right. So let's start off from the very beginning. You're 30 now?
Almost.
Almost.
I turned 30 in June.
In June. My sister's birthday is in June.
Which June? What day?
She's June 4th.
I'm June 21st.
Okay. So you're close to me because I'm July 1st.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I need some birthday gifts.
Oh, we're just 10 days apart.
I know, yes.
We gotta have a joint birthday party.
You're in my home city. We may make that happen. If it's us together, all I'm gonna say is gonna be a lot of money. That's all I'm gonna say. And the majority of the money will come from her, not me. Yo. So you're 29, turning 30 this year. Let's fast forward or rewind 10 years ago. When were you married?
I got married at 20. I met him at 19.
You met him at 19, got married at 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why'd you get married so young?
You know, in hindsight, right? I thought he was the one.
Okay.
Thought he was the one.
Okay.
Thought it was the right time.
Yeah.
I wanted to kind of get my life situated early.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that I wanted to just make moves, you know, get a really good job, start building.
Okay.
And he was cute. You know, what when we're 19 and 20, what's important, right?
Okay.
How does he look?
Yeah.
Does he have the right talk? I
Yeah.
didn't listen to my parents. They told me to wait.
Was money a play in the game?
No.
Was he making money? Like good money? I mean,
No.
Of course he was making money.
No, yeah, but not good money.
Okay.
It wasn't that at all. It was just like, we're both young. Let's do this. Let's build together.
Okay.
I can do this. We can do this.
Yeah.
And I just jumped.
You just jumped.
I just jumped, you know? So young, didn't know any better, didn't take the guidance I needed to.
Okay.
And believed I could just make life happen.
Yeah.
Just doing what I wanted to do.
Love it. Okay. All right. So fast forward.
Yeah.
From 20 to now, you out of that relationship, you got 4.
Woo!
4 kids.
And the last 2 are twins.
The last 2 are twins.
Mm-hmm.
You have 4 kids at
Whole 4 kids.
By what age?
By 28 or 27, I gave birth to the twins.
27 with
Can you
4
imagine?
kids.
Yeah.
Where were you at in that season of life? Like income-wise, job-wise? Like, were you in a good, healthy place when you brought in 4 kids into this life, into this world?
So, I've always had good jobs. I worked in corporate America. I was making 6 figures by the time I turned 24, 25.
Okay.
So I've always had good jobs. The problem was he didn't, right? So everything was on me.
I got you.
I was taking care of the husband,
Okay.
birthing the babies,
Yeah.
breastfeeding the babies,
Yeah.
going to work, bringing in the income, getting promoted, birthing more babies, taking care of the home, paying the rent. I mean, it was just
You was doing everything.
Everything. I was just
And where were you living in?
So at first, I lived with my dad.
Okay.
Then we got our own place in Florida.
Okay. What part of Florida?
Tampa.
Tampa. Okay.
Yeah.
I did 6 years in Jacksonville.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Florida's an interesting place.
It is.
Stuff be happening.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tampa is the truth, though.
It,
Some good-looking girls out there. I ain't gonna lie.
oh, my God.
Lord. Okay, back to the story.
Back to the story.
All right, so you lived in Florida.
Yep. So Florida, then moved to LA. LA is where I got, I would say, my best job. That's when I started making 6 figures out here.
Okay.
But if you know LA, $120,000 some $1,000,
That's not.
it's
gonna get you-
pretty much
yeah.
still $60,000 or $50,000.
Right.
So at that point, I had my second child. So I had 2 kids by then. I was like 24, 25.
Okay.
Then moved to Texas
Yeah.
around 26, 27.
Okay.
That's when I was pregnant with the twins.
Wow.
Right before the pandemic, got laid off from the job, gave birth to the twins, and then I asked for separation 2 months after the twins.
Whoa. Flag on the plate. I'm using my homegirl, Michelle Williams. Flag on the plate.
Flag.
Pandemic hits.
Pandemic hits right after.
You moved to Texas.
Yes, basically. So pandemic hits right after I moved to Texas in the midst of the divorce. Because I got divorce finalized February 2020.
Okay.
Pandemic hits, what was that, March? April?
Yep. So you asked for the divorce
End of
before
2019.
the pandemic hit. Pandemic hits, you lose your job.
Correct.
You're a single mother,
And I live at home with my mom.
and you live at home with your mom.
Yeah, I moved home to my mom.
With 4 kids.
With 4 kids.
In Texas.
No, in LA. I
In
moved
LA.
back to LA.
You moved back to LA.
Let me tell you something. When I moved back to LA, it was just me and all the 4 kids. Anthony, I want you to picture me with 4 kids going through the airport with 5 luggages, 4 children, 2 of them in a stroller, taking periodic breaks to go breastfeed the twins alone.
Alone?
I had to make the journey alone.
How'd you get through the airport?
I had
I'm
help.
just in because it's a struggle for me to pull too.
Listen, people saw me and just started helping me. Literally. That was just God. They saw me with these kids and these bags and were like, what's happening? And I'm just like, I need to get back to my mom's house. And they helped me.
I'm curious, Ellie.
Yeah.
How were you emotionally then? Moving back home with your mom, 4 kids, 26, 27 years old,
Yeah.
not married. The last 5 years of your life, you've been carrying this workload, it seems like.
Huge.
How were you internally? How were you emotionally?
You know, it was a tough time. It was a tough time. I think the only thing that got me through in those moments was God.
Yeah.
You know, I'm Muslim, so I pray 5 times a day.
Okay.
I'm so connected to
Okay.
that source.
Yeah.
But it was extremely challenging. You know, when you have an idea of what your life is going to be,
Yeah.
and when it takes a completely opposite turn from that in a quick period of time,
Yeah.
you feel like your life is in shambles. I mean, I felt like here I am with 4 kids. I'm thinking these people probably think I'm somebody's baby mama. They're probably like, you know, oh, this woman doesn't have her life together. You know, and I felt like, do I not have my life together? Because I went from being married to what we praise as a great thing to now being unmarried when I knew I was getting out of an unhealthy situation.
Right.
But it felt like I was going from one unhealthy thing right into another.
That's-
now living at home with my mom's at 20, 26, 27 years old with no job. It's not cute.
It's not. It
wasn't cute.
I can only imagine that. You know what I'm saying? And I really wanted to start at the base of your story.
Yeah.
Because that was one season of your life.
Yeah.
Now you're in a completely different season. And sometimes you see shows, they'll start off with all the glam, all the but then they don't really spend time in that season because there's some of you all watching right now, right? And I feel as if I wanted you all to meet Ellie and really understand her from the where she was. 27 with 4 kids. You know, had to move back in with her mom after being married, after making 6 figures and doing well, but she carried all the workload and had to go back home. You know, some of you all are watching this right now saying, I relate to that. Man, I understand that. Man, I'm in that right now. What I want to encourage you is get a pen and paper, because we're about to give you some wisdom and some knowledge on how to start switching that season in your life, on how to adjust and how to move from the season you're in right now to a whole completely different season. And here's the thing. I want to be honest. It's not going to be easy, but you have everything on the inside of you to get there. You know, Ellie reminds me of me, just a different version of me. You know, she went back home. I went to the back of my car. And what pays us now is the gifts and the talents that are on the inside of us. And so, you know, we about to get into it. We about to get into it. So, all right, Ellie, I just saw on your Instagram that you just bought a Mercedes G-Wagon.
Oh, you know, her name is Moolah.
Moolah.
Yeah.
You just bought Moolah. So you went from being 27, 4 kids, living back home with your mom, having a job, because you still kept your job, right? I mean, well, you got a job eventually. To now you make 7 figures a year. You know, let's go there.
Let's go.
How did that happen? Like, how did you go from being there to where you are now? I mean, you walked in with a nice purse. I don't know the name of that purse, but I know it was expensive. You know what I'm saying?
A little something.
Yeah, you come in here with a whole entourage. I'm like, that ain't cheap. You know what I'm saying? You cutting payroll checks. How did you go from there to where you are now? What's the secret ingredient to start making 7 figures a year?
Wow. Well, the number one ingredient is faith.
Okay.
And prayer.
Yeah.
That's just number one. I want to make sure everybody understands. None of this is possible without that solid foundation.
Right.
Because when I had nothing, back at home with my mom, on EBT, cash aid, you know, that was the income. When the job left, it was like, okay, let me manage this $750 a month in food stamps.
Oh, wow.
You know, so, but knowing at that moment, even though that was what my reality was, I knew that wasn't permanent. I had to believe that wasn't permanent. And that's where my prayer came in. So from there, the next step is to really take an inventory of what you know how to do and figure out who will pay you for what you know how to do. Back that up.
To start making income.
Yeah.
No, do an inventory on what do you know how to do and who will pay you to get the information on what you know how to do.
Exactly.
What do you know how to do well?
So my list, right? So everyone needs to make their list.
Right.
My list, I'm really good at sales.
Okay.
I'm really good at coaching. You know, I worked as director of sales. That's my whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my corporate background.
That's your corporate background. Okay.
I'm really good at financial literacy. I'm a life insurance broker as well.
Okay.
I'm really good at really creating systems, whether it's operational systems, sales systems, just ways for people to put organization into their business, because I worked in startups and help it to flourish.
Yeah.
So when I made all this list, and cooking and, you know, looking good, all those other things. But
all right, brothers, y'all here.
You know, I knew
she
how to
made money, know how to cook, and she said she looked good.
I look good.
Wait, are you single?
I am single.
Okay, I don't want to get you in no trouble. Are you single?
I'm like single. Nobody can tell me I'm somebody's girlfriend.
You can cook. Can you clean?
Cook and clean. I got 4 kids.
What that mean?
You got to have a clean house.
No, you don't.
Oh, yes, you do. Well, for me, you do.
And
you got to make the home.
She said she looked good.
Okay. And I look good, right? So I had all these lists, but I said, okay, let me look at what someone can pay me for that's directly related to what I've already done successfully. So I make my list. You also, as well, want to make a list of what you've actually accomplished with that. So when I was director of sales, I helped the company I worked for scale to $4 million in revenue. So I really knew what I was doing. And I said, okay, this seems like close to where I might be able to turn this into something. So I said, how can I take what I used to do for this company and I can't get, I applied to 50 jobs. 50? I tried my best to get a job, Anthony.
This is right around the
pandemic.
COVID. Okay.
Couldn't get no job.
Couldn't get a job.
With this long resume.
Okay.
Could not get a job. So I said, okay. Since no one's hiring me for this skill, how can I take what I do know how to do for businesses, but give it directly to businesses? So this is how I created my coaching and consulting. So that's what people should do. They should look at, okay, what do I actually know how to do? What do I have a proven record in?
Yeah.
How can I give it straight to the people that need it?
Yeah.
That's your business. Don't try to do something that you don't really have any experience in. Start there. Then you can always expand later. You know what I'm saying?
So practically, how did you start? So I know one part of your story is you got the stimulus check.
I did.
And how did you flip that?
So stimulus check money, right? $1,200 hits my account. Well, really, I got mine and then enough for my kids. But the kids' money, we don't touch that. That goes somewhere else.
Yeah.
So my $1,200, I knew it was coming. I said, okay, this is my opportunity because Cash Aid is not going to give me this much, right?
Right.
This is my opportunity to take this and do something that I might not ever get the chance to do, at least not right now.
Okay.
So I put money on a ring light, bought a ring light for my room.
Yep.
Bought some domains for my website, you know.
Yeah.
Purchased my LLC.
Okay.
Upgraded my phone.
Okay. Upgrade,
you know, made a little deposit payment, you know what I'm saying?
Had to get a new phone.
Had to make sure, you know, was getting the best camera quality as we could. Made the little deposit.
Yep.
And then I put a little bit on the side just to try to run ads, you know. And that was my startup money into my business. So the first thing I did with that ring light and with that phone, I went to Instagram and started creating content.
So you took the message that's on the inside of you.
Yes.
Went out there and made a small investment. You didn't go out there and rack up a whole bunch of debt to get cameras and this and that. You took the means that you had.
Yep.
Turned it into what you could afford.
Yep.
And then you went to work. So no excuses.
None. And this is with the kids there at the house.
4 kids at the house. And you're still living with your mom.
And I'm still at my mom's house. So she's like, why are you always on your phone?
Yeah.
I'm like, Mom, I'm trying to build something here. I need you to understand. But you're always on your phone. You got to take care of these kids. The babies are hungry. I need your help because I think this can become something.
Was that difficult?
Oh.
You and your mom dynamic?
Very difficult. It was hard.
How is she now? I'm curious. Seeing the success.
Yeah.
Seeing you winning. I mean, you got 2 vehicles, one for you and your kids and one for you to, you know.
And one for the nanny, too. By the way. But you know what? I mean, hey, God is good all the time.
This is all within the last 2 years.
This is all within, the last 2 years. I mean, literally, I started the business officially July 2020.
Okay.
Is like my start date. That's when I really started posting. That's when I formed my entity. That's when I really was like, I'm in business.
Yeah.
So yeah, where are we? We're February 2022.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You know, so back to what you were saying about my mom. I mean, she's really proud. She's really proud. I think now at first her worry was, my daughter is 27 with 4 kids. What's going to happen? She's living at home with me and she's on her damn phone all the time.
Yeah.
Now I think her worry is, my daughter is a multimillionaire with 4 kids. Is she protected? Is she safe? Is she keeping a head on her shoulders? Is she spending enough time with her kids? Because I travel so much, you know. But ultimately, she's proud. I'm so grateful to her because if she hadn't opened her doors, I don't know where I would be right now. You know, if she hadn't watched the kids while I was going live and tried her best to keep them quiet so I could deliver the content, deliver the value.
Yeah.
Where would I be?
Where would you be?
You know, I wouldn't be here, that's for sure. So that was such a foundational time. And that's really when I, you know, like you said, went to work. No excuses.
Yeah.
Got up before my kids, went to bed after the kids. Created the courses throughout the wee night hours, you know, to make sure I could deliver this educational value to my audience that started at 300 people.
Yeah.
And here we are at 300,000 people.
Wow. All because you just focused on what was on the inside of you.
Yes.
And then what can you do that other people will pay you for?
Exactly.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
You're not the only person who do what you do.
No, I'm not.
Did that not scare you? Like, did it not be like, well, she's doing that or he's doing that? Like, or did you just say, you know what, cool, I'm just gonna go in there and just do it and just see who just rocks with me?
I love that question because when I was doing my market research before I decided to start, I looked at all the other business coaches, consultants, just people who were doing something similar and thought about, okay, what are they doing or what are they not doing that I can come and kind of fill in that gap? I'm really grateful to have taken that moment to observe the surroundings and observe the market because it allowed me to lean in more into my voice. And I know that that's why certain people will come to me versus them because of the fact that I am a mother. I am a single mother. I have this, testimony. And I was always very authentic in my delivery. I could have gone into debt to get a beautiful space, an office, etc. But I didn't move out of my mom's house until after I had made $1 million.
Wow.
I did it all right there because I felt like someone's either going to rock with me because they see me teaching this business and giving them what they need at my mom's house, or someone's going to not rock with me for it. And I chose to only have the people who were really going to see the value in it and go forward. So I never felt intimidated by the competition because I believe whatever business you're in, there really isn't any competition. It's all about perspective, and you and I could do the same thing, but we'll both have a different way to do it. And there's going to be people that buy from you. There's going to be people that buy from me. There's going to be people that buy from both of us.
Yeah.
And so we're not competition. We're just both in the same lane in different cars.
Yo, listen, man. Ellie over here dropping some jewels. You know what I'm saying? She dropping some jewels, and I hope you all are taking copious notes.
Yes.
Is that the proper word?
Yes, it is. Copious.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot.
You see what I'm saying? That's a big word for me. But I think that, Ellie, one of the things I love doing at the table is giving people some practical steps on what to do. Right?
I love that.
And so I have 5 questions that I really want to go through, and you already know them. But I really want to give like 5 practical ones.
Yes.
And then
I love it.
in these 5, y'all know we gonna have some conversation about this single life.
Oh Lord!
You know what I'm saying? We gonna get there, boy. We gonna get there, but let's get to the practical one. So, those people watching right now, later this fall, I am releasing a mastermind around how I've been able to build, what I've done. Right. So I'm going to be teaching people how to really turn what God has put on the inside of them in the way that I do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I love that. I can't wait because I'm only going to open it up to like a very small group of people. But I want to ask you a question because you're doing this now. How do people, like if you're sitting down with me at the table right now, and I say, yo, Ellie, how do I start a business? But for me, what kind of business should I start? So like, for those watching right now, they're saying, okay, cool, I have a full-time job.
Yes.
I want to get out of debt. So the majority of people of mine are looking to get out of debt and looking to build wealth.
Good.
So my method is, hey, keep your 9 to 5, but then on the side, get a small business.
Yeah.
So that way you can get the tax write-off, produce more income. But they're like, okay, cool, what should I do?
Right.
How do I start it?
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
I love that. So I agree. If I had the opportunity to keep my 9 to 5, it would have been amazing.
Ooh, yeah.
But I was just thrust into it. And it was like, we either going to stay on EBT or we going to get this money. So,
absolutely.
What's it going to be?
Yeah.
I think that for those who are looking to start a business while they're still at their job, the first method I shared of making your list of what you're good at, what you already know how to do is key. And, go straight into consulting, right? Yeah. So while you're at your 9 to 5, look at, okay, what skills am I already using here that I could, again, be paid for outside of here and start making money?
Teaching good.
Yep. Boom, that's right there.
Yeah.
In addition to that, if you have a hobby, right? Maybe you love to make shea butters. Maybe you love to do hair. Maybe you love fashion. Set up an online store.
Ooh.
Get into this e-commerce game.
E-commerce game is the truth right now.
It's the truth. Set up an online store, either selling your own stuff or set up a drop shipping store. which can run for you in the background.
And you're not even working that hard.
You're not even working that hard.
I was watching a show. I forgot the name of a show, but it's this young lady on here, and she sells female products. And she made $2 million in 1 year just from getting products for females stuff.
Lady tings.
And just selling it online.
Yeah.
While she's working a job.
I'm telling you.
And I'm like.
I'm telling you.
I'm in the wrong business.
Listen. Baked goodies.
Yeah.
I mean, it can all be sold online. We have an unprecedented ability right now to be able to access people nationally and internationally simply through social media and the internet.
Absolutely.
So you can literally be at your job running up $20,000 a month, either consulting or in e-commerce. So that would be the first thing. And make sure, like you said, form that LLC.
Absolutely.
So if you're going to do e-commerce, make sure you do an online retail LLC. If you're going to do consulting, get you a general consulting LLC.
Yeah.
That way, anything you do have to spend is a tax write-off, as you know.
Yep.
Your home office. I mean, you know, there's just ways.
So much you can do around it.
So many amazing things you can do. Yeah. But that can be your first intro into business. And what I tell people is, you know, the first business you start doesn't have to be your forever business, right? You are just starting with what I call the path of least resistance. So if you know that you're naturally good at, for me, coaching or sales, that's my path of least resistance. So I'm going to start with that. I'm going to build a solid brand and foundation around that. Now, when I want to go ahead and start my cooking channel, because I love to cook, when I want to go ahead and do, you know, my fashion line, because I be looking good, when I want to go ahead and do all of that, guess what? I already have, gets on my nerves. I already have this solid brand built. So people will watch you. Would you watch my show? Would you watch my cooking?
Listen, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, and we talked about this already. I will watch. How I say this respectfully? I will watch any good-looking woman cook. As a single man,
see,
I'll be right there, be like,
yeah. See,
and like,
even
go
more
get the cup behind you. Let me stop playing.
This man right here is something.
All right. So, okay, cool.
See?
Figure it out.
So, exactly. Your first business doesn't have to be your forever business. Start with the path of least resistance. And then once you quit that 9 to 5, once you get that business up to 5-6 figures a month, then you might say, okay, now I really want to get into real estate. Now I really want to get into whatever the case might be. But that's how you start.
So I know some of the hurdles when I first started, right? When I started my own business, because I transitioned from my mentor and good friend, Dave Ramsey, out to on my own, right?
Yeah.
And I was so excited, right? And I was like, man, this is good. Nervous, but excited that God gave me the opportunity to do this. But man, I hit so many hurdles that I didn't know I was going to hit.
Like what?
One of the hurdles that I hit was doing it alone and having to be everybody.
Everybody, yeah.
I had to be the producer. I had to be the editor. I had to be up on YouTube, watching how to do my own graphics for a while. Like, I remember for the first 2 weeks of really starting this thing, I did not sleep. I lived on Celsius energy drinks and Mountain Dew.
Wow.
Because it's like, yo, if this fails, it's because I didn't do it. I'm curious, when you first started your business, what were some of the hurdles you had to get over to get to where you are today? And still, at our level, we still got hurdles.
Oh, yes.
And some of these hurdles are even higher because our careers are higher.
Yeah.
But when you first started, for people who are just now starting out, so all right, cool, I'm gonna get this LLC, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. What are some of the hurdles that they should expect? And what are some of the hurdles, and what are the ways to get over those hurdles?
Absolutely. So I think for me, one of the biggest hurdles I first faced was growth online and consistency.
That's so good.
Those are the biggest ones for me. And I think for any new business owner, especially now, that's going to be what they're going to face, you know? So my top tips for overcoming or really just pushing through the growth
So good.
are, you know, you have to look at, okay, when I'm thinking about what my business does, what value it gives, what problems does it solve, I need to be creating content that speaks directly to that every single day and posting that every single day.
Yes.
That's what's going to make people grow, because you have to think about it. An audience is going to determine if they're going to follow you or buy from you based on what's in it for them. So your content should always be showing them what's in it for them. Hey, my business will show you how to do X, Y, and Z. My skincare will clear up your whatever. My food will whatever, right? That's what's in it for them. Beyond that, the consistency piece, child, it's hard.
It's hard to be consistent. It is.
Especially when you don't know what the outcome is going to be. Like, we don't really know if this is going to work or not.
We don't.
When you start this business,
you don't.
You're like, I mean, I hope I'm going to get some money, but...
And after your research shows that it should work.
Right.
You know, but life still can hit.
So it can be hard to be consistent when you don't know what's going to come to fruition after. But I think for me, what helped me to craft that consistency is to always have a list of goals and look at that every single day and say, you know what? There has to be a consequence for my inconsistency. So if I don't show up for my business today, if I don't post, if I don't go live, if I don't get on a coaching call, whatever the case is, I won't be able to have X, Y, and Z in 3 months.
Ooh. That's real.
You know, I won't be able to buy this for my son's birthday. I mean, we have to create the same way when we don't go to work. We get written up or whatever. What is going to be that
for us?
For us.
What systems are you putting into place to hold you accountable for the choices that you make?
Exactly.
And I think the systems that you put in place hold you accountable for good choices and for bad choices. Good choice, I showed up, I went in my room, I got in front of my ring light, I got in front of my phone that I did not have to go rack up a bunch of debt for.
Not at all.
And, you know, I did content today.
Yeah.
You know, and so because of that, my reward or my consequence is now I can post it and it's going to build my tribe.
Exactly.
Well, I went out on a date. It was a real good date. Slept in. And I didn't.
We didn't show up for our business.
Exactly. What's the consequence? Now you just missed out on impacting and influencing people. And now you're not building your tribe. And I love how you said, hey, identify growth and identify, you know, just really being consistent.
Yeah.
That's hard for me still today. It's like, man, Jesus. Like, all right, Anthony, you need to schedule a whole week to record content, okay? And I got to get with my team. All right, cool. Then we got to be real good on social media. All right, cool, great. But here's the thing, though. That growth part is going to be something serious.
Yeah.
Because if you're consistent, you're going to grow fast.
You will.
And if you're not prepared for the growth, that's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
But how quickly can you put systems in place to maintain that growth?
And that's so key, because when I started to grow quickly, I was doing all my own customer service up until 3 a.m., answering DMs, answering emails, fixing things.
Yeah.
And it got to a point where I realized, okay, I'm probably effectively making less money because I'm doing too much.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's when you all will get to a point where it's like, it will be worthwhile to me to bring someone else in to handle these elements so I can stay in my zone of genius.
Yeah.
Which, if your zone of genius is making the skincare, you need to stay there.
Exactly.
If your zone of genius is making the content, which is mine, I need to stay there, right? And that essentially 10x my income.
Absolutely.
Quick.
Absolutely.
Because then I could just say, okay, this is your area of domain. Serve my customers. Let me go out here and bring more customers.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think you're absolutely right. When I first transitioned out on my own, I was like, all right, cool. I could do this on my own. I could set up a camera and do all this stuff.
I know.
But I was like, no, I win when I can be the visionary and go after my vision. I will win even better if I can put someone in that chair who can see my vision and be like, all right, cool. Let me help that vision be better. Yeah. That's why I brought on my boy CJ. He's been rocking me for years. I'm not the best writer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I write like I talk. I'm a great communicator. Great. I love talking, but I hate writing. And I've written a book that's sold over hundreds of thousands of
I know,
copies.
which
You know
I'm
what I'm saying?
like, wow.
But I hire a writer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I have an amazing writer out of Spain right now, and I love her. She is amazing. That's my girl. What up, Danny? You know what I'm saying? And so what I've learned is like what you said is as you're growing, identify your strengths, identify your weaknesses, and hire someone
for those
weaknesses. Because as we're growing with my team, I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of, you know what I'm saying, stuff. Because I win when I can think of the ultimate vision and execute that vision and put people into place. And I like that.
I like that too.
I really do.
And it makes it a we thing too, you know?
Yeah.
I think the misconception is you get rich and you get all this money alone, but it's never like that. It's really, you get more the more people you bring in.
Oh, man. That's one of my goals. One of my goals is that everyone on my team eventually, as my income is growing as an owner of the company, I'm not the only one eating good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody eating steak
I want to
and
see,
lobster.
I want to see my people making multiple six figures to even millions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
If I'm a multi-millionaire, I better have at least 1 or 2 millionaires on my team.
Around me. I mean, come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what we about over here.
That's what we about over here.
You know what I'm saying? With AO's
we making
family.
millions, making millionaires.
And that's what it's about. So my team, we got millionaires. Then my tribe, from the education and then from putting them in front of people like yourself, they're getting the wisdom and the knowledge so they can go out there and produce millions for themselves.
Yeah, and they can.
One of my homegirls, Kezia Williams, Professor Keys, she said something that was so good. She said, we have so many black entrepreneurs, but we don't have black people who are able to employ and create jobs for other people.
It's different.
She said the majority of us are entrepreneurs, but we only work for ourselves. We're not able to go out there and hire other people, pay them six figures, help them produce wealth. And I was like, yo.
That's different.
That's a whole nother ball game. Yeah. And that's what we're about over here.
Yeah.
So this is good. This is really, this is so good. I would say about 40% of my tribe are black single mothers.
Yeah.
These are black single mothers who are educated.
Shout out to them.
Oh, man, hands down. And they have a job. They have a small business on the side. One of them that I really want to know is, how do you balance being a mother, singleness, dating life, and entrepreneurship? So you make the money.
Yeah.
And every time I see you on social media, you're in front of a lot of people, inspiring and impacting people. You don't post about your dating life, so we don't know what that is, which is a good thing. And we really don't see your kids. I saw a couple of videos of you like educating your kids, which is great. But do you believe in balancing? Do you believe in priorities? Like, how do you really just nurture all three of those things?
Well, I can definitely say it's not easy. Okay. It is a big balancing act.
Yeah.
I think that I know one of my purposes in life is to raise great children.
Yes.
Yes. And so
you have 4 of them.
I have 4 of them. So I got a lot of raising to do. But I think the way I'm able to balance it, I have help, number one. So I have my mom, she helps. Now I'm at the point where I do have a nanny who is full time.
Okay.
But even beyond that, I tell myself that I have to make the time to be present as a mother and fit the business around that.
So priority is mother.
Yes.
Motherhood right now.
Yes.
Then you fit the business around being a mother.
Yes. Try my best. Okay. Some days it's business.
Yeah.
And fit mommy around that, you know?
Yeah.
But as long as you know what's important to you, as long as you know what I want my kids to see me achieving. I want them to see that their mom is working. I'm always explaining to them, mommy's traveling because I'm doing this. FaceTiming so you can see what mommy's doing. Yeah. Mommy's going to work so I can get this for you, take you here, give something to you. I'm always making sure that they're a part of this growth process so that they understand it's not that mommy's just not home. No, mommy's doing this so we can have XYZ, But there's definitely moments where mom guilt comes in. It's very real, especially because my kids are so young. But the way that I reduce that is to be grateful to God and know God wouldn't have given me this opportunity and put this on my plate if it weren't for my 4 kids. I believe that the drive that I have and the success I've had is because God knows I have 4 mouths to feed, you know? So I think for the other moms who are wanting to build a business and wanting to get to this level, know that your kids are ultimately your fuel. I don't see them as a burden. It's hard to do it with kids, but it also sets us apart from any other type of entrepreneur because we're balancing at home and we're showing up for our business and doing an amazing job. So if anything, I feel more equipped to be successful because of the fact that I have so much more on my plate as a mother.
Yeah. So it's like I hear you talking about your mom and I hear your heart around your kids. And it's funny, every successful person, whether that's man or woman, their heart is with their family. And then they always say like, man, but I still do have that father guilt or that mother guilt by not seeing my kids as much.
Yeah.
Every multimillionaire or every billionaire that I've been around who's built a huge business,
I know.
they've all said, man, I could have did a little bit better, with our kids. And I think one of the things with me being single, not having any kids, I think that's why I work as hard right now. And one of the things that we're putting into place here within my team is, how long are we working, CJ? What did we say, 2 weeks? Yeah, so the goal is we work 2 weeks out a month.
Oh, wow.
We bust our butts for 2 weeks. Because he has a family, you know what I'm saying? And my thing is like, so, 2 weeks off is really more so of the team is off. I will still work like 3 days that next week.
Yeah.
Just to handle the business outside of the show and other stuff like that. But I want to get to a point to where we work 2 weeks, Monday through Thursday. We bust our butts.
Yeah.
We're recording, we're working, we're traveling, we're doing what we got to do for 2 strong weeks with my whole team. And then, of course, after that, I want to be in a position to where I can spend 1 week and it's just all family. It's just all kids. You know what I'm saying? I take them to school. I show up and eat lunch with my son at this school. I can, do this and do that. So it's like one of the things I'm learning is I got to maximize and steward my single season well. So that way when I do get married, I will see the rewards and the fruit of me making those decisions. So I'm putting into practice now what I desire tomorrow, married life, right? And so that way,
I agree with that.
I will have father guilt, but it won't be as bad.
Right.
Because every parent who I've met, it's like, just, I could have did better over here. But it's a learning. You learn as you go.
You learn as you go.
So I listen to people like yourself.
Yeah.
I listen to my boy CJ. I listen to my parents. Like, man, I wish we would have did this. Like, all right, bet. Let me write that down.
Let me write that down, exactly.
And it's like, I don't strive to be perfect, but what I am saying is like, yo, put systems into place now.
Yes.
So that when you do have kids, you already have a system in place that is working for the family.
I feel like I'm doing that too. I already have the kids, but I'm doing that in preparation for marriage again.
Do you want to be married again?
I do.
I don't think so.
I really do.
I mean, you're young, you successful, you got money, you know what I'm saying?
I got moolah, you know.
She walked up in here, y'all, with like 6-inch heels on, and she's already like 6'2". So with them heels on, she's like 6'5". You know what I'm saying?
All,
I'm just like, God, don't. But do you really want to be married?
I really do.
Why? Why when you already have... let's be real. You driving a Cadillac Escalade paid for. You driving a Mercedes G-Wagon and you just bought your nanny a car. You live in a beautiful house. You got money. You know what I'm saying? What can a man do for you that you can't do for yourself?
A man can help me steward all of this wealth. A man can lead me. A man can...
You want to be led?
Yeah.
Hey, man, put the camera on her, CJ. Don't lie to my people.
I'm not.
You want to be led?
I do.
It's hard.
It's important.
I don't say this because every time I say this, like, oh my God, Anthony, just being so. No, look, I think from the ladies that me and my brothers encounter who are successful, most of them, it is hard to lead.
It's hard to lead them.
Right.
Why?
Because they have everything. You know what I'm saying? It's like they.
But everything
like
is material.
Ooh, that's so good. That's so
See,
good.
the everything that you mentioned, car, house, money, I have all that. It's material.
Right.
But
you don't have love.
That and legacy.
Yeah.
Legacy isn't built alone, right?
Yep,
the best way that we can serve God, the best way I can rear my children is with a man. So I feel like how you said you're preparing to have that space.
Right.
I'm preparing now to have that space for when he comes. Because I want him and my kids to be my number one. Right now, my business and my kids are my number one. So I need to work, get the business good so that he can be my number one focus.
What is one of the things that you're in this new season, successful single season for you, that you're learning when it comes to dating men? What is one obstacle that you're running into with men? I'm curious, and you can be real.
Let's see, an obstacle. I think an obstacle I may be encountering is men who are perhaps intimidated.
Intimidated?
Yeah, they're
by your success?
Yeah, they don't seem to be leaders. They don't seem to be, I need you to tell me what to do.
Are men really that intimidated?
I don't know, but I'm finding that, I'm very conscious. Having been married before, I know what it takes to be a wife. I know what it takes to be in a relationship, and I've learned a lot. Having been married so young, I take accountability for a lot of my choices. There are probably things in the marriage I could have done better. Maybe I could have listened more. Maybe I could have created more of an open space. So many things. So being self-reflective is key. So now when I'm looking again for a partner, I'm really making sure that they're bringing what I know I need, but I'm also bringing what I know they need, because I cannot ask for you to complete me if I can't complete you. It doesn't work like that. So I think the biggest obstacle so far is just not quite finding someone who I think is ready for what I'm ready for.
What are you ready for?
I'm ready for a serious, committed marriage. And I think people assume because I have it all that I don't need anything. But that's not the case.
I'm with you. I just like to ask the question.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm gonna do a show with men.
Oh.
Bring men to the table, because I've been hearing a lot of ladies say that, like, man, successful ladies, hardworking ladies run into this issue when it comes to men, that they feel as if men are intimidated. And I do respectfully think that you all are misreading men. But I do believe that there are some men who are intimidated, but I think that some ladies are overlooking something very important. And I think I'm just going to have a conversation at the table with men about that.
Well, what's the something very important?
You got to watch the show.
Oh, come on. You're not going to tell me right now?
Because I think some ladies know it's not the man, it's you. How are you presenting yourself that makes the man respond in a certain way that could come off as if he's intimidated? No, maybe you're just coming off a little bit too strong and masculine.
Oh,
now don't get me strong. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying about you. I'm talking about it, ladies, in from a general perspective, right? I think men love strong women, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like, as a Christian, as a Christian, for me, it's like when I look at like how God made Eve for Adam, like she had to be strong to support him. Yeah. So man, we want strong. Yeah. We want a strong woman. Yeah. But there still is a way of presenting your strength that doesn't come off as masculine energy. Yeah. And I'm not saying, because I know y'all gonna be all up in the comments, all up in my DMs, okay? I am not saying this is all ladies, but one of the things I've learned in therapy is the common denominator between all of my failed relationships is me. Not saying that I'm the reason why all of them didn't work, but I played a role in all of them. Yeah. So what I've learned is to look at myself and be like, all right, Ayo, what is something inside of you that sparks these in these other ladies? And I think sometimes do ladies really sit back and ask themselves that question? True. Especially the strong, successful, career-driven, entrepreneurial women. Like, okay, cool. If you're having a problem and you're saying men are intimidated or men are not leaders, okay, cool, great. There's two things, or three. One, you just have bad luck choosing men, and you're just getting all the men are just horrible. Right. Two, maybe there's something inside of you that's sparking something inside of the men that you're just not really sitting back and really analyzing. And three, I don't know. You know? And so for me, I'm going to bring men to the table and just figure that out.
I think that'd be a good conversation.
Oh, it's going to be real cool.
You know, it's like...
It's going to be so good.
Men, listen.
Men what? Watch
they
yourself.
love me.
Well, I like Ellie, boy. She just keep it real. I look good. I can cook.
Do.
And men love me.
They do. So it's never been an issue. I think the key thing is just finding someone who's in alignment with my vision.
That's good.
You know?
Yeah.
Because getting a date, it's not a problem.
Okay.
Having someone to talk to, not a problem. But it's like, are we ready you ready to go there? Because that's where I want to go.
At the table.
That's where I want to go. I want to be... You want to be aligned. I want to be in a line.
Yeah.
I want us to get married. I want us to serve God.
Yeah.
So I feel like one thing I've learned is, okay, I had my, it's been 2 years now since the divorce. So I've had, I've gone on dates, got flued out, had fun, all that, But now it's like...
Yo, Ellie, she was like, the guys love me, I'm saying? I had having fun. I got flued out, I'm saying? Okay, Ellie.
But it's like,
have you flown anyone out?
What is this question? What is this question?
You make money. Have you flown any brother out to see you?
No.
Would you ever fly a brother out to see you? Oh, Ellie.
It would have to depend.
Ellie.
It would have
it ain't no depend. That's a yes or no question.
No.
That's a yes or a no question. You got bread. If you dated a brother who make less money than you, would you fly him out?
If we're in a committed relationship, yes.
No. We talking about dating.
Dating? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
You make millions. You meet a good man who is a school teacher.
Okay.
Makes $75,000 a year. But he's paying off his student loans. He's focused on his vision. And he's saying, yo, Ellie, I would love to come out there to LA. But, LA, that flight going to cost me about like $600. Get a hotel room that's going to run me. I mean, if I'm staying the whole weekend in LA, I could run me about $1,500. That's $2,500 I could have put towards paying off this debt so I could be a better man for you. You know what I'm saying?
What I would do, because I would never want him to feel less than, right? I would never want him to feel like I provided a way for him to come out.
You beating around the bush.
No. So I would much rather go out there. I would much rather say, hey, you know what? No worries. I get it. Let me come to you.
So you gonna fly to him?
I would much rather do that. And what I would do is
and you'll pay for it?
Oh yeah, I would schedule some business out there. A meeting.
Businesswoman.
No. We got a meeting.
Businesswoman. This ain't about you. Since you can't come to me, we gonna make this a tax write-off. And while we make this a tax write-off, I'ma squeeze you in.
No.
That ain't about him, Ellie.
No, I'm not saying that.
You just said it.
I'm not saying squeeze him in. But that would be a much better way to say, baby, I'm gonna come to you. Let me make it easy.
Ellie, no.
Let me come there.
If your boo flew to you and he turned it into a tax write-off, are you looking at him differently?
What you mean, like if he had a business meeting?
If he had a couple of business meetings. So that was his way of justifying to come see you.
No, but see, that's different. It's not justifying.
But that's what you...
No, it's not justifying. It's killing two birds with one stone. It's smart.
I ain't mad at you.
I would even tell him.
I ain't mad at you, but I'm just like, no. It was like, all right, since you can't afford to come see me.
No, see, you're putting words in my mouth.
What I'm going to do
you're putting words in my mouth.
I'm going to make it make sense so I don't look at you differently.
No, I wouldn't want him to feel like because some men can be sensitive.
We can.
Can be sensitive. And if money, right, is in the mix and if he's aware of the fact, very aware that I have more than him, I wouldn't want him to feel like I'm showing it by doing things like that. Maybe every so often, right? Okay. Maybe every so often. But I would want to create a space where, he just feels comfortable. It's like, I don't want him to have to tell me he can't afford to come out. We don't even talk about that.
But you know what, though? I disagree with that one.
Yeah?
Yeah, so out there in L.A. where you are, right?
Yeah.
Good friends, Torre and Sarah Jakes Roberts, right? Torre and Sarah have created a space and a place where they can come and be honest, vulnerable and transparent with each other.
I love that.
And I was just on Sarah's podcast a few weeks ago, and I said, man, I desire that. I want to be able to tell my woman, hey, listen, I can't do this.
Okay.
Hey, babe, I can't.
Or can you help
and
me?
not be ashamed to tell her the truth.
Yeah.
I said, because I think for me, it's just for me, just for Anthony O'Neill. Let's say if I dated someone who makes way more money than me, and she's like, yo, I want to get on the private jet and go here, and that costs da-da-da-da. I want to be able to say, well, babe, I can't afford that. And know that we've created a space and a place to where she's not going to look down on me, she's not going to judge me, and she's not going to leave me.
That's,
So I think which is another question though, because now you pose this question. Could you be with a guy? I asked this to Terry. I asked this to like a lot of ladies who are successful like yourself, right? Especially ladies who make anywhere between, I would say, because the average person, the average black, you want a black man or are you open to dating different races?
I want a black man.
So you love all people, but you only want to rock with a black man.
Yeah, I need a black man.
That's the Muslim sister in you. All right, cool.
I need a black man.
I got you. So the average black man, not average, 48% of them will make less than $38,000 a year. So, and only about 11% of all people in America will make 6 figures.
I know.
So this means if you want a black man, about half of them gonna be making less than $40,000. And the other half, I mean, we don't know. They're gonna be in between like 40 and 70.
Yeah.
And then you may squeeze out, a few who make 6 figures a month. Ellie.
Anthony.
You bringing in 7 figures a year.
Yeah.
You've been consistent with that for 2 years. Could you date a brother who work at Walmart?
Now, wait. Don't start. Working at Walmart and making less than $40,000 are different.
Okay. Fair. Rewind. Ellie. Could you date a brother who makes less than $40,000 a year?
I could.
You had to think about that.
No, but I could.
Be honest.
I have actually gone on dates with someone.
I didn't say going on a date.
I could.
I said, could you date, pursue, have a romantic relationship? Could you be on the arm of a brother in front of all your peers? Could you bring a guy that makes $40,000 a year around your other multi-millionaire friends?
Absolutely.
Okay, I believe you.
I absolutely could. And you know why?
Why?
Because when you meet someone, their pay is not on their forehead.
Absolutely. I agree.
Their conversation, their leadership, their mentality, their mindset.
Yeah.
I was at a certain phase in life where I was living off a $750 EBT card. If someone would have looked at me at that time and said, oh, I'm not going to believe in her, I'm not going to love her, I'm not going to rock with her, whatever.
Yeah.
Because of that temporary moment, they would have missed out on the millionaire who I am right now.
Absolutely.
And the fine millionaire, too.
Oh,
thank you, God.
She's not arrogant. She's just very confident in who she is and who God made her to be. Lord have mercy.
God is good.
Yeah.
So when I look at a man who may be in a season of making less than $40,000 a year, but he checks off all the other things on the list. He's a leader. He's kind. He's generous. He's loyal. He's God-fearing. He's faithful. Why would I turn all that away because of the temporary pay he's making? Because if I'm really who I know God made me to be, which is a woman who can create wealth, how would I not create that for the both of us? And if he's a leader, God-fearing, he'll know, oh, that's a good woman. If I were to give him, say, hey, start this business. Let's do this. He won't be making $40,000 for long.
No, that's right. I think that mindset is good. I tell ladies, and I'm not a relationship expert, but I am a man.
Yes.
And what I tell ladies is, man, listen, never date a man for his potential. Date a man for the fruit that you see that's coming from his potential. Yeah. So it's like if you see him producing from his potential, that is a brother that you get with him and you rock with him.
Yes.
And he will be that man that you desire. Because I remember being that guy. There's this chick, oh my God. I thought she was the finest woman in the world. I was just mesmerized. I was just like, oh my God. And my right hand man, CJ, he knows her, and she would never take me serious because I was a youth pastor. Because I was only making like $38,000 a year. Then when she started seeing me all over TV and all over the road and doing this and doing that, oh my gosh, she became the most sweetest woman in the world. But I'm like, yo, I was producing back then, and you didn't give me the opportunity to show you the kind of man I can become.
And listen, I feel like that's what causes a lot of women to miss out on a lot of good men.
Yeah.
You know, is we look at what's now, not for what could be. You know, and again, I'm not saying date potential, but I am saying date promise.
Ooh, that's so good.
You can see, women, we have that ability. We can see something that's brewing under the surface in y'all men, and God gave us the ability, I believe, to pull it out. So, you know, that's why I know where I am right now, I don't need a man's money. That's not what's going to make me feel like you're leading my household. What's going to make me feel like you're leading my household is when I come home from making the money, if you're there to make sure all of us are good. Protection and leadership and stewarding is not just money. It's action. It's mindset. It's discipline. So.
All right. One last fun question. How tall are you? Without heels.
Without heels, 5'11" and a half.
And then with heels, you are?
About 6'3".
All right, cool. So you can date a brother who make less money than you. Can you date a brother who's shorter than you? Don't lie.
That's why. Yes.
You just lied.
No, I didn't lie.
Oh my God. She is lying at the table.
Yes, I'm saying yes.
Have you ever done it before?
I have. That's why I said yes. I have.
How did you feel?
You know, I felt...
You're at the table.
When I had my heels on, it was a challenge. I'm not going to lie. When I had my heels on, it was hard because it was like... You know what I'm saying? and I like to wear my heels.
Oh,
so that was hard. But... Like I said, same with the money. The feeling, if you can scoop me up, hold me close, hold me down, height, you know, listen. Height.
And you say you're single?
I'm single.
Brothers.
I'm just saying, height is...
Brothers.
You know, there's times where height don't matter.
Y'all better come correct, brothers. Y'all better come correct. All jokes aside, such a dope show.
Yeah?
Such a dope show.
So much fun.
You have a new signature course that you're launching, which I think is very important. And it's called Monetize You, Leveraging Your Knowledge, Talent, and Skills to Build a Successful Digital Business. Talk a little bit about that and how can people get a part of this course?
Yeah, so I'm really excited to develop this. You know, what we were speaking on earlier in terms of how do we go from who we are right now to then having a business. It really is looking within yourself.
Wow.
What are you good at?
Yeah.
What have you already accomplished? What transformations have you achieved yourself that you can monetize by either turning into a course, turning into a product, turning into a service-based business, and start building your wealth.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's coming out. It'll be released at the very beginning of March.
Wow.
And it will be an opportunity, a full course where people will learn how to create that list, then how to price themselves, then how to market themselves on social media, then how to get clients, and then really how to scale and get more clients and put the systems in place. So it really is an opportunity for me to create a space to really show people how I built the business that I have, because I followed this exact framework essentially. But people can use it for whatever they happen to be good at and monetize their gifts.
Yeah, man, I love it. So you guys, we are going to put a link to that. I'll be very honest with you all. I rock with her, so I am an affiliate. So when you do click on it, she gonna give me a little something. But it doesn't cost you any more money at all.
Yeah.
I like to be transparent with my tribe, because I really don't push a lot of courses on my channel.
Right.
I think there's only one, you, Terry's, and then my homegirl, Amy Porterfield's.
Oh, I love her.
And my CPAs.
Yes.
So I have 4. So I bring on a lot of guests, but if it's not creditable, if they haven't really built something, they don't get to push their courses on my channel.
That.
If they do talk about it, I don't want to be connected to it.
Yeah.
You know, so I rock with it, you guys. I think that a lot of you all watching right now are trying to figure out, hey, How do I start something on the side that can start generating some income? And we learned today that she went from being a single mother, 4 kids, living at home, living off of $750 EBT, and now she's making 7 figures. Driving her dream cars, living in the beautiful city of LA, full-time nanny, being a mother, dating young guys, not young guys, dating shorter guys, you know what I'm saying? Getting flown out and flying to people. And so if this is the life that you desire, as far as in just you want the freedom, the financial freedom to do the things that you desire, yo, check out her course. I'm gonna get some wisdom from her. And then later on this year in August, man, I'm gonna launch my thing too. Something similar to this. But yo, we'll put the link in the show description. Check it out. You guys, thank you so much for coming by, Ellie. You are amazing, yo.
No, you're amazing.
You killed it.
Thank you, man.
This the girl. Yo,
I'll fly you out.
I'll take it.
I'll fly you out.
You gonna fly me out? I get a private jet?
You get Delta One. You get Delta One.
Delta One?
Yeah.
I'll take a Delta One. You know what I'm saying? See what I'm saying, brothers?
Flight.
See what I'm saying? She's talking about she want to fly. Act right. Act right. Guys need to be flown out, though.
You know what? I do agree. Like, I would
Guys
definitely fly a guy out.
I
wouldn't want to make it a habit because I wouldn't want them to feel.
Every now and then.
But every now and then.
Hey, babe.
Trading places.
Babe, I got your ticket. Come on out.
Come on out. Come see me.
Man, listen here. He'll get to. Let me be quiet. Be quiet. Yo, we love you all. Thank y'all so much, man, for rocking up with us, you guys. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Do not forget to share this video with someone. This is a great show. Share this with your single ladies. Share this with people who are struggling to go from where they are now to where they want to go, because this show will bless you. All right. Yes. Peace out.